Now that's what I call verticality, and you guys know just how much I love verticality in dungeon design. Today's mod of the day is just a really beautiful looking and verticality-inducing set of dungeon overhauls of Morrowind. Because today's mod of the day is Grey North Andavel-Assumanu by numeral 21. And basically, this is a set of 2 dungeon overhauls for 2 dungeons in the Sheogorad region. Specifically, the Andavel Ancestral Tomb and the Cavern of Assumanu. Which I am probably, just not pronouncing correctly here. You should always assume that when it comes to Morrowind cavern names, you should always assume, or Assumanu, that I'm mispronouncing them, because I absolutely am. I have no idea how you pronounce this name. But anyway, this mod just completely replaces the somewhat dull dungeons that were here in the vanilla game, and completely redoes them with just a ton of just scenic verticality. Like, just look at these open air cavern chambers. Like, this is utterly astoundingly beautiful. Like, I love the design here, the open air chamber nature of it. Like, these open air chambers, they really just enhance and imbue everything with verticality. And just look at the positioning of everything in this cavern, like the pathways that are at varying heights, and the platforms, and the campsite. Everything is just so well positioned to just maximize that feeling of verticality. And then there's the atmosphere. Oh, just the exquisite level of atmosphere in these caverns. With all these, giant magical crystals and the particle effects and everything, it is just truly a wonder to behold. And I should mention that this is actually a quest location. Like, there is a quest in the Imperial Legion, I think, that takes you to this cavern that has a few different ways that you can end it, both peacefully and violently. And depending on just how you end that quest, this would just make a fantastic player home, like, particularly for a sorcerer, or a conjurer, or even a necromancer. I mean, it does just back up right onto an ancestral tomb, so, you got a ready supply of dead bodies just right there, which is awfully convenient for a necromancer. Personally, I wouldn't mind just moving into these caverns and, making this a player home. It is such a beautiful location. But anyway, I should mention that this is actually part of the Grey North project, a project by numeral 21 to basically just overhaul all the major locations in the Sheogorad region. This is the second release. The first release was Grey North, Ruined Redania, just an overhaul and expansion of the ruins of Redania. Though notably, this mod does not, require that first release. These were released separately, which is, probably a good thing, because there's like 1,000 Redania mods, and everyone has their personal preferences. But anyway, I should also note that this is recommended to be played with the Spines of Madness by Malbogatrol, a massive landscape overhaul for the Sheogorad region. But notably, this mod does not require the Spines of Madness. It's recommended because the rocky pillar nature of the Spines of Madness have also been used here for the cavern design of, Assumanu. So for consistency's sake, it is recommended, but is notably not required. Anyway, there is also the overhaul of the Andavel Ancestral Tomb, which we haven't been focusing on, quite as much, because, there's not as much verticality here. But, regardless, either way, these are two utterly just amazing, massive improvements over the vanilla game. Like, these two dungeon overhauls are a huge huge improvement over the dungeons in the vanilla game, and I would personally just really, really highly recommend them. There's even some new content here with a new longsword that you can find, a sort of a artifact that's locked away, just, somewhere in one of these, in one of these dungeons, but, that's our mod of the day. So, as always, I've been your host, Dark Elf Guy. Thanks for watching, stay safe, stay healthy, happy modding, and I'll see you all next time.